Hey folks, this is Jake Davis from the On the Fly Review for you. And today, I'm going to talk about Superman. But real quick, I want to talk about Bring Her Back, which I saw earlier in the week. Came out back in May. It was directed by the Philippo brothers, who also did Talk to Me, which was very good. This film stars Sally Hawkins as a foster mom who takes in two special needs kids. And of course, she has very, very nefarious intentions. A great performance, a chilling movie, a really, really great movie. Another addition to a very growing and deep catalog of excellent horror movies from the 2020s, have to say. Anyhow, Superman. Superman came out yesterday, and off the bat, I'm going to give it 4 stars. I did very much enjoy this movie. I liked the performances, the score, the visual effects. I did not like the costumes. I thought the art direction was kind of gaudy. And at times I felt the movie was a bit too bright, just too glossy. You know what I mean? Particularly got to praise Rachel Brosnahan as Lois Lane, Nicholas Hoult as Lex Luthor, and I don't remember his name, but the kid who played Jimmy Olsen. He was great. But ultimately, in short, because I don't want to go into a lot of details, if you want to see this movie, go see it. Do I think Superman is going to save superhero movies? No. Superhero movies need to have a hibernation. I love superhero movies. I waited for these things my whole life. I also love Westerns. But Westerns, between, Unforgiven or Tombstone to, say, True Grit and 3:10 to Yuma, Westerns, for the most part, took a good 15 years off and able to let people to want Westerns to come back. And the same thing with musicals. Musicals, disappeared for a long time, and then all of a sudden we got Chicago and Moulin Rouge, and they're all of a sudden all over the place again. And then they disappeared again and came back again, and they're gone again. And I hope they stay gone for a little bit longer. Just because Wicked was a big hit, I don't want a whole bunch of more musicals. But anyhow, Superman. My main problem with this movie, as I said, I didn't like everything in the costumes. The problem with the costumes, everything just feels like it feels like sportswear. You know what I mean? Everything, I'm surprised Superman's suit doesn't have the Nike logo on it, for Christ's sakes. But my big problem is that I love Superman. Been a fan of the comics and the characters since I was a kid. And this is the 7th Superman movie. There's 4 Christopher Reeve movies, Brendan Routh, Henry Cavill's movie. Now that's not counting the the George Reeves movie, Superman the Mole Man, which was a movie, came out in theaters back in 1951, before or the same year as the show debuted. That's not counting Dawn of Justice and Justice League, and some morons who consider Justice League and the Snyder Cut 2 completely different movies. They're not, people. It's just a director's cut. They're not different fucking movies. Okay, stop giving that movie more credit than it deserves. I enjoyed the Snyder Cut. I even gave it its own solo retro review or whatever I did. It's still just a director's cut, okay? But the problem is, where's Metallo? Where's Brainiac? Where is Parasite and Solomon Grundy? And fuck it, Mr. Mxyzptlk. I would like Inspector Henderson to pop up at this point. I mean, okay, we get Cat Grant, which was, I did like to see her. I did enjoy seeing her pop up. And Mr. Terrific, Guy Gardner, Hawk Girl. These are all characters we have. And Metamorpho. We're all characters we haven't seen in the movies before. But if you are just a moviegoer and you don't know the comics or the cartoons, couldn't give a fuck. Superman is what you've seen on the big screen. You're just sitting here thinking he's this overpowered Boy Scout who just has one villain who has never been in any danger of actually causing him any harm. Just enough fucking Lex Luthor. For the love of Christ, we get a knockoff Bizarro. But this is the third fucking time we've gotten a knockoff Bizarro. And for the Christ's sakes, Lex Luthor orchestrates the situation for humanity to turn their opinion against Superman, and then he creates a clone that tries to kill Superman. That's Dawn of Justice. It's the same fucking plot. And y'all all hated that. Look, I recommend this movie. I enjoyed this movie. But can someone fucking please just try to do something different with Superman? I liked Man of Steel because, yes, it was dark and it was brooding and it was violent. And that was different. That was different from fucking Crystal Islands and bumbling Clark Kent. We didn't have new characters, but at least they tried a different approach, a different idea. And to this, I just kind of feel like the only difference is that we're just not dumbing down, but we're getting more and more childish, which isn't necessarily a bad thing. I don't mind Krypto. Krypto was one of the best parts of the movie. But at the same time, it's just still recycling. They're not really willing to take any fucking risks with Superman. That's my rant. And I'm leaning towards the same fucking direction towards Batman. Because I would love to see a Batman movie where the bad guy wasn't Joker, the Riddler, or someone else we haven't already fucking seen 2 or 3 times before. Where's Clayface? Where's the Mad Hatter, for fuck's sakes? DC, you have a bottomless well of great characters. Fucking use them. Mr. Whisper is a villain who appears in one comic book of Batman, and I'd rather see him in a movie than another Joker film at this point, to be honest with you. I'm Jake Davis, and I'll catch you on the fly. 4 stars for this, 5 stars for Bring Her Back.